were you born? Why did you marry the person that you married? Why did you even have the kids that you have? Why do you live in the neighborhood that you live in? What is your purpose in history? What's the contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and any guests that we may have? I'm sure that question is plaguing a lot of people's minds. What is my purpose? Many of us have gotten to the age of in our 30s, 40s, 50s, some 60s and 70s, and still wondering, what's my purpose? There's purpose in all of us. And the thing that we have to understand and realize is that you have purpose, that you were placed here on purpose. So many of us are living our lives and just wondering, why am I here? A lot of times it's because no one ever really told you that you have purpose. I think a lot of our lives will change for the better once we are told simply that you have purpose. You're here on purpose. But what is my purpose in history? We've all studied African American history, American government. We know that there's history for other folk. But what about me? You have history as well. And you are created to create history. And that's the great part about it. But someone is wondering, like, wait a minute. Now, if you're telling me that I'm supposed to have a purpose in history, how am I going to get there? What am I going to do? I'm not smart enough. I'm not a civil rights leader. I'm shy. Who will listen to me? Well, actually, a lot of people listen to you because you're so shy and you're so quiet. People have to listen close to what you're trying to say. But what is my purpose? In order to determine what your purpose in history is, there are some things that you have to be. And what I want you to do is, I want you to be a history maker. Be a history maker. You say, wait a minute, I don't want to be famous. No one said you had to be famous. So be a history maker. How do I become a history maker? By realizing. Realizing what? Number one, realize who you are. Too many of us don't really know who we are. We never thought about it. We think about who somebody else is and who everybody else is, but we never really think about, who am I? You are someone who's very important. We need you. Know that your place in history is due to you being who you are and that you're important. You have strength. You have intelligence. You have intellect. Well, that's not what my mama told me. If your mother told you that, she didn't really understand who you really were. So it's up to you to understand who you are. So realize that you are somebody. Stand tall. Put your shoulders back and lift up your head and say, I am somebody. So realize that you are somebody. Realize who you are. But then realize that you've come from somewhere in order to go somewhere. Realize your past. Maybe your past was negative. But I'm here to let you know tonight that that's okay. Because if your past was negative, your purpose in history is to make sure that wherever you came from, that other people don't have to go through life the way you did. Because you have purpose, and you're going to tell them that they have purpose. So realize that if you had a negative past, that's okay. You're going to make a better future for someone else. Well, I had a great past. Had all the money that I wanted. My parents were great. They were loving. And that's good. So you want to maintain that lifestyle. And you're going to let someone else know that you can have that lifestyle as well. You just have to realize that your past was your past. Your present is your present. So that you can go forward and then realize where you're going. And that's great. That's important. You need to realize, hey, I'm going somewhere. And I'm going to create a place in history. Where am I going? What do you want to be? Some are saying that, you know what, I'm 50 years old now. I said I was going to go back to school. Go back to school. So where are you going? Back to school. Someone said, you know, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. lose the 50 pounds. Go to the gym. That's where you're going. And that's the thing about it. When you realize who you are, you're making a place in history. But then, I want you to be a carrier. I want you to be a purpose carrier. What do you mean a purpose carrier? I look at purpose like this. That is a package that needs to be delivered to somebody else so that they can receive their deliverance for a better way of life. Oh, I said something right there. Purpose is a package that is supposed to be delivered to someone else so that they can be delivered to be a better person in life. There was a mail carrier in 1991 in Chicago, Illinois. He took all the mail, left the post office each morning, but he never delivered the packages or the mail to the people that it was supposed to go to. Somebody was waiting for a letter from their mother. Someone was waiting for a letter from their child. And someone was waiting for a letter that would encourage them to keep them from committing suicide. Are you carrying somebody's package that's keeping them from being a better person in life? Whose purpose are you carrying? It's not just for you. It's for somebody else. So be a mail carrier. Be a purpose carrier. Realize your place in history. Be a carrier. But then also, and lastly, I want you to be the best you that you can be. Stop trying to be somebody else. No one can be the best them. No matter how hard you try and how hard you focus on them. So why not try to be the best you that you can be? That's what I want to encourage you to do. Be the best you. No matter how hard you try to be someone else, take that energy and become the best you that you can be. Become a history maker. Become a purpose carrier. And become the best you that you can be. And you will create your purpose in history.